This is my first ever ASMR video, and I'm actually quite nervous, so bear with me. A bit about me. So I'm a university student, and I'm actually currently getting my degree in mathematics. I've also been watching ASMR for about 8 or more years now, and it is actually the only thing which helps me go to sleep. I find it so relaxing. One of my motivations for making this channel was to join two of my passions, which are ASMR and maths. I know maths has a very negative reputation, or at least it's what I grew up watching, like in my surroundings, because they have a reputation of being very hard and being very complicated. But I hope that watching these videos you can find the beauty in them and maybe even start to enjoy them. I hope these videos also relax you and help you unwind. I personally find people teaching me things or solving exercises really relaxing. And yeah, leave any suggestions in the comment section, and all feedback is welcome. As this is my first video, there'll probably be lots of things to improve on. So today we're going to be taking an SAT test, which is a test taken when you are 18 years of age in the United States of America. And there are various sections, and we're going to start with section 2, which is 25 minutes and 20 questions. So you have to be quite fast. We can also use a calculator. All numbers used are real numbers, and we also have some formulas and some information which we may need for the test. So, okay, let's start with the test. Question 1. So, when 70,000 is written as 7.0 times 10 to the n, what is the value of n? So, basically, what I would do to solve this problem is 7 times what equals 70,000. So what we can do is count the zeros after the 7. So we have 1 0, 2 zeros, 3 zeros, and 4 zeros. So 7 times 10,000 is 70,000. So we have that. There are 4 zeros, so 7 times 10 to the 4 is 70,000. So then we have our answer. It is 4. So D. Okay, question 1 solved. Okay, now let's go to question 2. So, on a car trip, Sam drove then we have three possible answers or three possible values to try. So we have 1 and 4. We have 3 and 1. Here we have 1 and 4 repeated. 2 and 2. So because there are few answers or few values to try, I would try all the different possible values out. So let's start with 1 and 4. So the first number here is x and the second one is y. So where we see the x, we substitute for 1, and where we see the y, we substitute by 4. Okay, so 3 times 1 plus 2 times 4 is 8 plus 3, which is 11. So okay, we know that 1 and 4 is an answer, so B is not possible and E is not possible. So now let's try 2 and 2, for example, because it's the next one. Okay, so 3 times 2 plus 2 times 2 is, so this is 6 and this is is to sum all the values up and then divide by the number of values. So let's make a quick example. Let's say that you have 2 and 1, so 2 numbers. So you do 2 plus 1, which are the values, divided by the number of values, which is 2. So it would give you 1.5. Okay, so now we're going to let's continue. So what do these ratios mean? Basically, this means that if we have 10 pieces of fruits, so 10 fruits, let's say. So 2 of them would be pineapples. Pineapples. Such a long word. 3 of them would be pears. And 5 of them would be peaches. Okay, so what fraction of the mixture by weight is pineapple? Pineapple. So out of 10, because 2 plus 3 plus 5 is 10, we have that 2 are pineapples. So the weight of the pineapples is 2 out of 10, because we have 2 pineapples for every 10 fruits. So if we go and search the answer, we see that 2 out of 10 is not written in the answer, and that's because we have to simplify the fraction. So we can divide numerator and denominator by 2 to get 1 out of 5, and we see that that is A. So let's go to problem 8. Okay, so here we have a square inscribed in the circle. What is the degree measure of arc ST? So they are asking us for the degree measure of this arc. Okay, so we have that as it is a square, it divides the circle in 4 equal bits or pieces. So basically, what they're asking us is this angle. And as we can see, that is 360 divided by 4, which, if we do the math, is 90 degrees. 90 degrees. And we see that is answer C. Okay, let's go to question 9. Oops. Okay. If P and Q are 2 sets of numbers, and if every number in P is also in Q, which of the following cannot be true? Okay, so let's draw our situation. We have P and Q, and like it says, every number in P is also in Q. So if this is Q and Q has some numbers in, we know that P is inside Q, because every number in P is also in Q. Okay, so now let's start seeing what multiple options we have. And important, we have to say which cannot be true. So which one cannot be true, not which one is true. Okay, 4 is in both P and Q. That can be true, because if we have 4, if 4 is in P, it is also in Q. So this is correct. 5 is in neither P nor Q. This can happen. 5 can be here outside. So this is also correct. 6 is in P but not in Q. Okay. So 6 would be in P but not in Q. But that is not possible, because as we have drawn, if the 6 is in P, it has to be in Q. So this one is wrong. So the answer is C. Sorry, it's not straight. Okay. So this is like so, next to each other, because this is 3 and this is 3, which is 6. Okay, sorry, this was wrong. 2 here. It may be confused on where I put it. So we can fit 3 of them upwards. I'm so sorry for the bad drawing. Okay, because it's 2, 2, and 2, which is 6 and 6 in total. Okay, so in one layer we can fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we know the cube is 6 inches deep because it's a cube, 6 by 6 by 6. So as this measures 1 inch of width, we can fit 6 of these layers in the cube. So that would be 6 by 6 blocks, which is 36 blocks. So it's answer D. Hi guys, so during editing I noticed that the video was already 30 plus minutes long, and I still don't know the length of the videos you guys prefer, so leave that in the comments. So I decided to stop here at question 10. I hope the second part will be published on Sunday with questions 11 through 20. And so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and could relax and unwind. I also hope that the explanations were clear enough. If you didn't understand something or would like me to clarify, also leave in the comments. So if you enjoyed, give me a like, comment what you liked, what you didn't, what could improve, feedback in general. You can also comment what you would like to see in the channel. So any specific topics you